You can go as deep into analytics as you want. If you notice last month something fell off a cliff, maybe your boss saying, "Why is the site not working?" That means there might be something going on, something wrong, something to look into. You want to hit check, test, or whatever the heck the button's called. And you're just crossing your fingers and biting your lip and pressing that button and hoping everything doesn't go wrong. Good luck to you. Welcome to the BFC Digital video channel, where we share the tips and tricks and strategies that help nonprofits succeed on the web. Today, we are going to be talking about web maintenance. So you are a staff member at a nonprofit who is in charge of the website. Maybe you're an accidental techie, maybe someone has given you the responsibility of taking care of the website, and you're not exactly sure what to do to make sure it stays safe, healthy, and up. And you kind of live in fear of that day when you get a call from the executive director, you get a call from communications staff, maybe your boss saying, "Why is the site not working? Why has the site gone down?" Or maybe they ask you, "Hey, what are the things you're doing to make sure the site stays safe?" And you don't really have an answer. So today we're going to share with you the things you should be doing, the days you should put in your calendar, the periodic tasks you should take care of every month to make sure that you're doing what you can to keep the site safe, happy, healthy. So what I want you to do is I want you to open up your calendar. Maybe it's on the computer, hopefully. Perhaps it is on a piece of paper, old-fashioned wise. And I want you to circle 3 days. I want you to circle the 1st of the month, the 10th of the month, and the 20th of the month. And those are the days that you are going to perform for a half-hour periodic maintenance task on the website. The 1st is going to arrive. It's going to be a fresh month. You're going to feel great. And this periodic task is pretty basic. You're going to log into Google Analytics or whatever analytics you have running on your website. Now, if you don't have analytics running your website at all, got to get that set up. We'll have other videos helping you do that. And you can go as deep into analytics as you want. Some of the people that succeed the best on the web as nonprofits really do a pretty deep dive into this analytics, and they understand who's coming to their website, when they're coming to the website, what buttons are most effective, what seasons or even times of day they should publish things. None of that is for today. Today, you just want to have some basic analytics at your website. And the 1st of the month, if you're doing nothing else, what you want to do is you want to check 3 things. Number 1, you want to check the number of visitors you got the previous month. Now, you might have 1 million, you might have 10. Doesn't really matter. What we're really looking for here is the trend over time. You want to know if you're slowly growing every month, or if you notice last month something fell off a cliff. That gives you a hint, I should look into something. The second thing you want to note is average visitor length. So are people staying on the website for 10 seconds, or are they staying on the website for 10 minutes? Again, beyond the purview of this video to tell you what's good and what's bad. It's not always great if people are spending a ton of time on there. It's not like they're paying rent or something. Sometimes that means that they have to look too hard to find things. But point is, what you're looking for is dramatic changes. Did the time on site change dramatically over the last month from the previous one, or is it pretty steady? The third thing you want to look for, something called 404s. You might know this, but every time someone tries to look for something on your website and can't find it, or there's a broken link, you get what's called a 404 error. That means that the server cannot find the page that it's looking for. Every month you'll have a few of these, but you should check it every month, because you may find a spike in those 404s. And if you found that, oh my gosh, last month, all of a sudden we had a bunch of people looking for something that doesn't exist, that means there might be something going on, something wrong, something to look into. Maybe you moved something, and then a newsletter went out from some partner organization that tried to link to your thing and it's gone. So you're getting a lot of 404s, so you want to look into that. When you've done those 3 things and you've taken note of it in tab number 1 in your spreadsheet, excellent, you're done. Hopefully that has taken you 30 minutes or less, probably 15, although if you're like us, you're probably starting to get interested in your analytics and you dig around and you find cool stuff and see who's visiting from where. But so it might bleed into longer than 15 minutes, into 30. The 10th arrives and you notice on your computer, boom, I've got another reminder. This time you're going to be running your update. A lot of you are running your website on WordPress. Sometimes you're running it on other CMSs. There are a ton of them. Maybe you're running it on HubSpot. Maybe you're running on Drupal. You'll know this if you have a WordPress site. There's a little icon in the left which has a number next to it, which is the indicator for how many updates are pending that you should run on the site. Updates mean that the CMS or maybe the plugin authors or whoever's written the template have rolled out code updates for your site that you got to apply. Now, a lot of people don't apply them because they think, I don't need updates. What do I need updates for? My website works fine. The thing there is that some of the updates are just fun, new functionality, but most of them are rolled out to patch holes in security. So if there's a virus that has come out, if there's a problem where there's now a security hole on a website, people will roll out patches for those. Those are always rolled out, and the updates you need to apply them. If you're not applying and your site's going to go down, it's going to get hacked. You are running your updates. Now, hopefully you're running them on a development copy of the website first to make sure it doesn't break anything. That's a topic for another day. If you don't have a development copy of your website and you're just doing it on live, and you're just crossing your fingers and biting your lip and pressing that button and hoping everything doesn't go wrong, good luck to you. I hope nothing goes wrong. You run those, clear them out, you're good. That should take you 15-20 minutes. You take note of what updates you made in that second tab of your spreadsheet, and you're good. That's what you should be doing on the 10th. And on the 20th, you're checking your monitors. Now, what do I mean by that? Even if you haven't gotten an alert, just to make sure the monitors are still running. And there's 4 of them. So number 1 is you want to check your uptime. You can get an uptime monitor going at uptimerobot.com. That's the service we use, but there's a bunch of them. You want to go and just check that your site's uptime is still 99.99 something percent. And again, you're looking for changes. Maybe you've been 100% uptime for months, and all of a sudden last month you're like at 99.1. So what's happened? Something's changed. You just want to look at that over time. The second thing you want to look for is malware. So you go to your malware monitor, you make sure your site's clean right now, and you check to make sure it's been scanning the last month. And if it has found malware, you want to know how many times, right? So if it's happened once, all right. If it's happened a bunch over the last month, then there's a security hole somewhere. You want to get that checked. The third monitor you want to check is your site speeds. You want to go to tools.pingdom.com or similar site speed monitor. You put your URL in, you click test. You want to look at the site speed results. So how long is it taking your site to load? And again, we're not talking about trying to hit a specific target here. We're talking about looking back over the last bunch of months. Is the site speed about the same? Has it gone up dramatically? You might find occasionally, maybe you do this in 18 months, you find you have a month where your site speed is all of a sudden super bad. What's happened? I don't know. Maybe you've installed something on the site that slowed it down. Maybe the server has gotten, or the host company has gotten bad and you want to consider switching. So you just want to keep track of how long it takes the homepage to load. You want to put that figure right in the spreadsheet. Number 4, the last thing you're going to want to do, and this is the last thing on the last day, and after this, you can pat yourself on the back. You want to make sure your backups are still running. So just go to whatever backup system you have running. Usually your host will have one. Maybe you've got another backup system that you're using. You just want to make sure that those daily backups are still being taken. Your site goes down for some reason someday and you got to go get a backup, and you found that, wow, 6 months ago, we exceeded the amount of space available in our backup solution and we haven't been taking backups for 6 months. That's the worst. So on the 20th, the last thing you're going to do is you're just going to go to your backup solution. You're going to check to make sure it says that the backups are still being taken, and then you're going to download it to your computer, normal computer. You're going to unzip that file that it gives you, and you're just going to make sure you've got a bunch of website-looking files in there. You've got some files, and hopefully you've got some sort of database file that ends in .sql to make sure that you've got the database backed up as well. When you've done all that, then you're set. You're done with your monthly stuff, and you've got 10 more days to wait until the month turns over, and then you can start over. Let us know how that goes for you. Are there other things that you're monitoring, other periodic tasks you're doing? Maybe you do something on the 25th that I didn't include. Please let us know. I'm really interested to hear what results you get from various things you do. And until then, have a great day.